welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, for another very important video, because today Barca's economic vice president has been talking and shedding more light on our current financial state. We're going to be talking a lot more about La Liga's CVC deal and why Barca looks set not to sign it. We're also going to be talking about our wage bill, which has been revealed, and the numbers are truly staggering. We're also going to be discussing the new kit from Barca, released today, and it looks good. So let's get into it. Because if we do, first of all, start with the new kit reveal from Barca. The home shirt has been released today, and like I say, I think it looks very, very good indeed. It's always an encouraging, optimistic kind of day when the new kit comes out, sort of a new season just around the corner. And I do have to say, over the past few years, there've been a few question marks over the kits, haven't they? They haven't quite been at the standard we'd hope, but I think this one, I do like the way that it looks indeed. The shirt is already on sale in Barcelona. It's already said that Pedri's shirt, that's the most popular one right now. And of course you will notice that Frenkie de Jong, he does appear as part of this photo shoot, one of the select players there that was chosen. Whether you can read anything at all into that or not, because Gerard Romero says that this photo shoot was actually done back at the start of May, so we don't know exactly whether that means anything at all. But like I say, good looking shirt. I've also got a giveaway over on Twitter right now, available to you guys, as I am going to be giving away one of these to a lucky winner, and let's hope, the most important thing of course, that we can see success in this strip. But indeed, guys, I do want to move on to the important words today from Barca's economic vice president, who has been speaking and sort of shedding light on a number of different topics relating to our financial situation. And he basically did confirm today that despite previous rumours, despite previous details that we spoke about just a few days ago, Barca are not going to sign La Liga's CVC deal, because actually when it came down to it, it has been decided by the club that the deal was still for far too long. Signing away their over 40 years of TV rights, they could not sanction that. And it's said right now that from within the club, Javier Tebas just refused to negotiate, to alter any of the terms of the deal. He was very, very set in his ways. You know that he's going to try and make things as difficult as possible for us. And honestly, that's kind of why I didn't want us to sign this deal. I've always felt as though I do not want to be tied to Javier Tebas, not in any way, shape or form. So if we can do something as an alternative to that CVC deal and not sign away for such a long, long period, then that is definitely the road that we can go down, if that is out there. And indeed, I feel as though Barca, in refusing the deal from La Liga in terms of that CVC deal, they must be aware of an alternative. They must have something else up their sleeve, because of course, we know that we need that. And according to reports right now, the Bank of America, they are in the running to buy a share of Barca's TV rights in a very similar sort of deal. There's a reported fee going around of 600 million in totals. And whilst the percentage of TV rights that we're giving away, it may actually be more than La Liga's 8%. It may actually turn out that we're giving away slightly more of a percentage, but crucially here, it's going to be for a lesser time. We're not going to sign away all of those rights for such a long period. Because, of course, in an ideal world for Barca, we will get back on our feet. Over time, we will manage to reverse some of these previous terrible decisions from the past board, and in time, we will get back on a good financial level. So it doesn't make sense for us here to sign away 40 years of our rights. We don't need to do that. We need the cash now. We need to get out of this situation now to build a competitive team. But we do aim that in the coming years, we will get out of this financial mess. And I just do want to highlight, guys, the mess that was caused by the previous board. And I do want to go into some details today that, again, the economic vice president, he confirmed certain details about Barca's wage bill. Because today, he says that our wage bill currently is 560 million euros per year. That is our wage bill at Barcelona. And he also revealed that is higher than Real Madrid's by 160 million. Theirs is only 400 million, whereas Bayern, we are paying 260 million more. Nearly double the wage bill of Bayern Munich. And I just want to bear in mind here, guys, we've recently removed three of the highest earners. Messi is not here. Griezmann is not here. Coutinho is not on this wage bill. And look at it. That must have been close to $1 billion. $1 billion in wages a year. That was the kind of mess that he got us into and that we're still trying to get out of. And it gets worse as well, because it has recently been reported that in the final 6 months there of Bartomeu's presidency at Barcelona, when Bartomeu was said to be aware of the motion of no confidence, it was coming. He knew about that, and he then proceeded to renew the contracts of eight Barca players, offering them not only a higher salary, not only giving them more money, but also inserting terms into those contracts that would see their wages increase over the years that followed. And that, for me, it really does anger me to my core that was allowed to happen. That this president, who knew his time was up, he knew the damage he'd already done, and yet he was still allowed to give out those contracts that now it's killing us over these years to come, with players on huge money that they are not justifying with performances that are actually getting more and more with every year. That's what we're up against right now, and that is what we're trying to push back on. And that is why you're hearing about the board right now. They do not rule out significant measures, drastic action in terms of these wages, because obviously they can't just undo all of that. They can't say, well, that contract doesn't exist anymore. Unfortunately for us, it's a legally binding deal. It's in writing. As much as it hurts, we cannot rip that up and just move on. But it is being rumoured right now that Joan Laporta and his Barcelona board, they actually may try to enforce a 50% wage reduction right across the board. They might actually call upon every single one of the Barcelona players to slice their wages in half. Those are the kind of measures that we're talking about. And of course, it's not going to be easy. I really don't know how they would go about that. I assume by applying maximum pressure to each and every one of them, and also through the media as well. And the only players that wouldn't be included in that kind of reduction right now are the winter signings, the players who arrived in the January transfer window, and also those who've recently renewed their contracts, because all of those players, they've been renewed by the current board. And every single contract negotiation and signing, they have all aligned with the new wage structure, with the new Barca, whereby we're not paying beyond our means. We're not going to pay you stupid money to play here. You either want to be involved, you either want to be in this team, or you don't. Those that have signed, those who have renewed, their wages are accounted for, but all of those who are on previous contracts, given out by Bartomeu, well, let's just hope that this summer something can be done. So please, guys, do let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. There is a lot of different information to take on board from today's video. Of course, starting with the new kit. At least that looks good. At least we're going to look good next season. That is certainly a promising thing. But moving on then to the economic information, not signing the CVC deal, looking now for an alternative. What do you make of that decision? And of course, the wage bill. When you're looking at there what Real Madrid are paying, what Bayern are paying, and then what Barca are still having to pay, it is unbelievable, and please leave all of your thoughts in the comments down below. I will see you soon with more videos, because we won't give up, and we simply must move forward, and we'll make sure of it. We will do that. But until next time, guys, as always, Visca, El Barça.